It is your girl EstherSherry, and we are going to talk about a little life lesson with time today. I feel like I'm going crazy. I think that's a good place to start. The second place I wanted to start with is let's just hop right into it today, okay? Let's just hop right into it today. So, Esther Joy realizes that time is something important, and you also probably realize this, because you're smart, you bright like that. Now, what boggles my mind is that, and this is a life lesson that I just am learning, okay? So I'm not perfect. So don't at me, okay? Don't at me. But time is a wonderful thing. We all might know time jumping. We all might know all of these things. Now, fam, I just feel led to say that if you want more time, you gotta invest that time in yourself, okay? And this should be pretty obvious, but Esther is honestly, like, this is just hitting her. Yo, it's just hitting. Anyways, maybe it's just hitting you too, but you gotta invest time in yourself if you want more time, okay? And, like, this is a crazy idea because, again, with that idea of not wanting to be selfish, it doesn't mean spending all of your time secluded, away from people, not talking to them. No, it just means like actually investing time in the experience that you are having. Like whether that is realizing that, hey, you can be sad for the whole day, or you could be lazy for the whole day, or you could take a little bit of that time and you could just go outside. You could take a little walk. You could do some exercise. You can just do something nice for yourself, or better yet, nice for your family, your loved ones, okay, your friends, all right, a stranger. Wow. So the big life lesson I learned with time is that you have to invest time in yourself, okay? Yeah, it's crazy. So Esther is someone who kind of forgets about herself in terms of like where she's spending time. Like when she's alone, it should be obvious. Like, oh, like it's time to do the things for yourself that you got to do, girl. But sometimes it's just like, ooh, I'm gonna spend this time doing something else for somebody else, or I'm just gonna spend this time like, let's just take a moment to breathe and acknowledge the time that we have here on the earth. It's okay. We're gonna do all the things we need to do. We have the time to do the things we need and want to do. So let's just take a moment to appreciate that fact. Now, it's pretty cool that we have this time here on earth, and I was talking to my dad today, and his brother's not doing too good. He's in the hospital. My dad actually wasn't doing too good either and was in the hospital for a day as well. And it really just opened my eyes again to the understanding that these people are not going to be in my life forever. The days are numbered. So it's important to say the things while you have the time to, tell them you love them. Hey, appreciate the time that you have with those who you care about. And also, take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. This can look like so many things. This can be like not guilt tripping yourself if you haven't done very much that day or even week. Or it could just look like giving yourself that time that you always wanted to do that thing that you want to do. I think I'm making this video just to remind you that you do have time. Okay, if you're watching this video, then you obviously have time. I'm not sure for what, fam, but you have the time to do what you need to do. Now, here comes the idea of investing time in yourself so that you can have more time. Now, again, programming may make us believe that this is selfish because we're directing time in ourselves. And I'm sure that there are selfish ways this can be used, but in this video, we're going to be exploring the more practical and just helpful ways for ourselves and our loved ones. If we don't take time, just like if you don't take time to fill up your cup, then you can't fill up somebody else's cup. If you don't take time to take care of yourself, then you can't properly take care of others. And guess what? The best thing is, you know what? Health is a great thing, and real health comes from taking time out. Just a little bit of time out, whether it looks like taking a little bit of time to exercise, a little bit of time to eat right, a little bit of time to just give your body the treatment and the love and the care it needs so that it can actually provide more time with you, okay? Like law of attraction. If you're giving yourself time, if you're giving your body time, it's going to give you more time here. Or at least you'll be able to enjoy that time doing things that might be a little bit more high vibrational or a little bit more worth your while, I would say. So that has been something I have been definitely just realizing. It's beautiful, and I don't want to spend too much of your time. It's just something that has come up in my mind, and I wanted to share. Of course, yeah, there's just so much. There's so many things, and Source has just been like, it's time to make a move. It's time. It's time. And I really feel like that means make a move by spending time caring for your body properly and listening to it, because it's going to give you so much at this time. And it will treat you the way that you treat it. So, fam, I pray that you are doing good. I pray that you take some time out today to just invest in your body, invest in your being, okay? Not even your body, but invest in your spirit, okay? Invest in just having that time to be with yourself. And it's okay. Things are a little crazy, and I know that where I am located, we are in fall, and as we go to winter, seasonal depression hits pretty hard, hits my friends, I feel it as well, my family, and that's just a part of the time, like that's just a part of the cycle. And what has helped a lot is taking time out to go in the sun and to go outside and to just spend time observing nature, observing the flow that we are connected to, and feeling that connection, taking time to spend with loved ones. And I truly feel like, you know, whether it's the simplest things, maybe it's like a board game, maybe you're just playing with your friends, but whenever you do these things consciously, I think it just increases the time. Of course, doing things that increase your time, I feel like are the best use of our time. Whether that is planting a tree, because if you plant a tree, even if you go, that tree will still be growing. And so I feel like that's a great use of your time, because that tree will continue to bear fruit and the seeds will drop from the fruit and create more trees. And so your time has exponentially increased. And I think that's the beautiful thing about life, that we are given the opportunity to invest our time in a good way. Thank you, Isaiah. I appreciate you. I really do feel like, for myself personally, story time, yay. I know that time has been something I felt like, and just growing up and programmed, something that like was always running out, never had enough of, and had to squeeze in as much as I could in the time I had, because there was a part of me that was afraid that if I didn't just fit everything in there, I'd miss out on something and I'd run out of time. And so by doing this, I never really had time to acknowledge what I was doing. Back in high school, it was just a craziness for me, and there was just a lot of things I spent time doing, and I never really spent time for myself to see where I was at. In fact, I was so scared of my mental inner dialogue at that time in high school that I would spend every waking hour escaping it. And through that, I was not really using my time. I wasn't investing it. I was looking for these quick fixes, these very convenient consumption, like just taking. And instead of planting any seeds, I was pretty much just like consuming all I could. And yeah, that idea of time being something that I never had enough of. And I would always say, I'm too busy, I'm too busy to hang out with, when friends would ask. And it was almost like a badge of honor, like, yeah, I'm too busy, I just got so much going on. But there was something I was so lacking in, and that was investing the time in just being aware of where I was in that space and time. And that sounds really weird to say, I guess, but yeah. When you aren't aware of the time and how you're spending your time, it's so easy to get lost and to not realize where you are and what you're investing your time in truly, what the core of where you are putting this time and what you're getting out of that time, most importantly. I think when we choose to use our time in quick conveniences such as TikTok, looking at the example of TikTok, the name of the app is literally TikTok, like a clock. And that is to denote that many people spend a lot of time on this app. And it is very well designed, a bit too well designed, if I say so, in my my app development, Yeah, it's just a bit too well designed to not suck your time. Okay, so the thing is, it's so instant. You can look at a video and you immediately get this rush of dopamine and adrenaline, and it feels like you used your time well. But then afterwards, unlike the hard labor that sometimes goes into investing in yourself, which means that you have to sit down with all of your thoughts, it means you have to actually take time to feel how you're feeling and to take time to act out on the things that in your heart you are here to do. And that can be intimidating, or it can be scary because some of you have really big things that you're here to do. And so TikTok is kind of like a remedy for some people. Everyone's mission is different. But for many, it's a remedy where you can look and you can watch and you can consume all of this content that might be helpful or useful, but not actually do anything. And so the sands of time are falling through your fingers. And I think that causes a lot of anxiety. I mean, just saying it to my past self is like screaming because it doesn't like to waste time, but at the same time, it was so afraid of actually spending time on the things that mattered, it ended up doing just that. So it's okay if you feel if you feel this way, because you're not alone. But it is time to just take a little time to be where you are at. It is time to invest in yourself, in those habits that you've wanted to build. Invest in the things that you said you were going to do because they're really cool, but you forgot. It's time to invest in yourself and your life. It's time to invest in your life. And the best investment is time. If you are wanting to build a life that you love living, then you must love how you are spending your time. And so I hope that this video can just encourage you that you're on the right path. Hey, confirmation. We are vibrationally on this time space or timeline where we are aligning to using our time correctly in a way that is growing how much time we have exponentially. When I think about why people want to be rich, I think it's mostly so they don't have to work, they don't have to spend their time at a 9 to 5 or some other place where they have to trade their time for money, but instead they can spend their time doing what they love. And you always have time to do what you love, my friend. You always will have time to do what you love as long as you are alive. So enjoy it. And what is good, Marco and White? Yeah. But I think, yeah, just time. Time is fun. It's good. And I appreciate being able to vibe with you all and spend a little time getting to dive into this idea of time. I really feel like the wealthiest person alive is the one that has invested their time in what they love. And that's the best way, I think, to live life and enjoy our experience here on Earth. I will be honest, sometimes I get a little upset if I don't spend my time like the many very inspirational and motivational people we see online. And then I have to realize that it's cool, like that's how they spend their time, and I respect it and it's inspirational, absolutely. But I also like resting and I like doing what I'm doing with my time, so I don't have to change it if I enjoy how it feels. There is a checks and balance, right? If it is, let's say, like TikTok scrolling, then I gotta check myself. What am I planting? Am I planting any seeds? Am I investing my time wisely so that it will provide more in the long run? And yeah, this is what's good. Thank you, Marquin. That's really my heart. You were inspiration to me, bro. Yeah, when I think about it, time is amazing. Like, you can take a little seed, and that seed, with enough time, will become a great tree. Like, that's just time. And so, this reminds me the TikTok analogy, which I'm using because I feel like that's most prominent in society. Lots of people use it. Like, I have friends, my sister uses it, and I deleted it like a few days ago because I realized that I was spending a bit too much time on there. So, yeah, it reminds me of this analogy of, would you rather $100 today immediately, or 1 penny that grows and multiplies each day for 30 days or 31 days? And even though that $100 kind of looks tempting, it's kind of like, ooh, that's $100. That's, I can have it right now and I don't have to wait, and I can spend. That idea of consumerism. Whereas a penny, it's like you are saving, it is multiplying. 1 penny becomes 2, 2 becomes 4, 4 becomes 8, and so on. And it goes from $5 to $500 to $5,000 to like $1,000,000 by the end of a month, which is so crazy to think about. At the same way, we can spend our time, those 10 minutes become in a week like an hour and 10 minutes, and then it continues to multiply, and we have all of that time that we can use and invest in ourselves. And it's never too late. It's never like, oh, well, I've spent too much time in the wrong direction. There's no going back for me now. Like, no. If you feel that, then I think that's all the more reason to take time into your own hands and even spend the slightest amount of time shifting little by little to where you want to be. Does not have to be big at all. It can be the tiniest movement of time. It could be maybe you have never meditated and you're like 80 years old. It's not too late to start meditating if that's what you want to do. Yeah, but that could be for literally anything. All I can tell you, my friend, is that the biggest life lesson I've learned with time is that invest your time wisely, because you never know when it's gonna go. And I would rather plant a tree than spend up all my time eating fruit and never having something that will last a lot longer than me. Also, what is good, Sarah? Good to see you. I have no idea if I said your name right, but you know, good to see you. That other really important life lesson with time is literally invest in yourself. Invest time in yourself. If you are wanting to live a dream life, then you have to take the time to invest in sleeping so that you can have those dreams. Now that's an analogy. You have to take the time to invest to pursue that vision. You have to take the time to take care of yourself if you want your body to live a long life. You have to take time to have more time. It is so important, and something that I'm realizing, I sometimes am not an overachiever, but I tend to run myself dry to burnout. And when you do that, you spend all of your time thinking that, I don't know, you don't have enough time or something. You're just like, I gotta do it all right now. And that's kind of crazy. You can't always just. You gotta take space. Michael knows. Zaria, girl, I watch all your videos all the time. I've been going through a phase of healing from bad breakup in your videos. So, hey, you know what? That breakout happened in divine time. And please, I love you. Take a lot of time for yourself, because that is the time. It's all aligned, and I think that's the message that's coming. Confirmation for you. It's time to take time to get to know yourself better. And not in like a cheesy way, but like get to know yourself better. What's your favorite food? I still believe I haven't found my favorite food yet. Okay, like I have a favorite food right now, but I don't think it's gonna be my ultimate favorite food before I go. I have lots of amazing people I get to meet, but I learn so much about myself by meeting these people and helping them. So take time to invest in yourself, in your growth, in who you are becoming, because that is going to give you more time. You won't have to waste your time if you spend time now investing in yourself, later down the road being like, well, now I'm not sure what to do. Just invest a little bit at a time. We give time to the things we love without being asked. We will immediately give time to ourselves when we give love first. Yes. Beautifully said, Isaiah. I'm still learning how to give proper time to myself when it comes to just taking care of myself in certain ways. And it has been a journey. So I really appreciate you all being here. Also taking the time to just vibe with me, and to acknowledge that, hey, we're all gonna die one day. And we don't know when. And that's okay. So take time to invest in the life you were given, so that when it is time to go, you did all that you wanted to do. Even if you don't know what that is right now. And that will be really exciting. I am so thankful to be able to just spend a little time with you as we just go through this wild time in the planet. It's so crazy. And it has taught me the power of time again. Where am I spending my time and what am I paying attention to? I think sometimes we disconnect time and attention, but I feel like they are very closely related. Sure, you can have like a near death experience in the blink of an eye, or a blink of an eye may be 10 hours passing by, or 10 years. So, time is an interesting concept, but I do feel like the connections to our awareness are becoming more clear, especially as we kind of transition into what you would say is 5D. And the idea of time there seems to be kind of fluid, which makes me even more excited because it just shows how valuable it is to be aware of how we are spending our time and what is going on in that time space continuum that we are in. I love time. I love you. I love just being able to explore this aspect of life with you on this timeline. And I do believe that we are all kind of time travelers and we all came here for this time right now. So it's pretty fun. There's a lot of cool things to do. Like, I was just thinking about today how cool an oven is. Like, you can just warm up food like that. Like, that is blessed. I was also thinking about the clouds and sunsets, and I thought, wow, like every day the sun comes up and the sun goes down, and every day the leaves are changing where I am, and you see all of this change happening. And so when you look at it every day, it doesn't look like a lot of change, but usually people notice after a couple weeks and they see a drastic change in the leaves or the season, the temperature, or the length of daylight that is being exposed. Yet these things were always happening, and when I take the time to invest in just noticing these little details, I think it helps align me with that natural cycle and align me with how to just flow with the time in a way that is giving me the life that I need and supporting me in the way that I'm looking to be supported. And I can also support the life that I am living and those who I want to support in the way that I can. So, yes, my friend, I wanted to just say I appreciate you, I love you, and I thank you for joining me in today's little live vibe as we talk about the life lesson of time. Thank you for spending some time with me. You know how much I love and appreciate you. And I could go on because time is so important. And literally, I think the whole economy is built off of time. I mean, pay per hour. What is this? Okay. Even on YouTube, I'm going to be real. Watch time is a big thing. Like, even on all of the algorithms, they want you to spend as much time as you can on their platforms. That's why TikTok is so big, because that's what it's succeeding in the most. Unfortunately, a lot of people might not be aware of what that's actually doing for the time that they're investing in themselves and their actual life. But this is something that, if you're watching me, and then I don't even need to get to tell you anything because you are aware and you are here. So enjoy the rest of your time today, tomorrow, and for the rest of your life. I love you very much, and thank you for spending a little bit of time with me and just vibing and acknowledging how amazing it is to be alive during this time and how important it is to invest time in yourself, in your dreams, in your loved ones, in making mistakes, because no one is perfect and we learn so much through making mistakes. We learn so much through connecting with each other. We learn so much even through heartbreak. And there's so many things to learn here on this classroom called Earth. So I thank you so much again for just joining me, and I hope that you enjoyed today's life lesson. I'd love to know what you have learned in correlation with time. If there's anything that you feel led to share with the Good Vibes Delivery family, we are all one big family, and I really enjoy just hearing what you have learned through your time here on Earth, whether it's how you spend it or a struggle that you've had with time or your attention. I'm always open, and I love you all so much. Have an amazing rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Namaste, and God bless. And you better comment down below. I want to hear these lessons, okay? I did not rant for a half hour for no one to tell me what they learned about time, okay?